I had just finished my shift at the diner, wiping sweat off my forehead, and my mind was already on the bills piling up on the kitchen counter. I unlocked the door and stepped inside, expecting Emily to greet me with that tired, sweet smile she usually had. Instead, I froze. "Alex," her voice was too soft, too careful. I turned the corner into the living room and saw them. Alex had his arm around her waist, his face inches from hers. She was laughing at something he said, leaning into him like I wasn't even there. My stomach sank. "Emily?" I tried to keep my voice steady, but it cracked. She jumped slightly and looked at me wide-eyed. I can explain." Alex, smug as ever, leaned back and grinned. "Oh, hey man. Didn't expect you home so early." "Explain?" I stepped closer, my voice low but shaking. "You can explain lying in my living room with my so-called best friend?" Emily's hand trembled. "It's not what it looks like." "It looks like betrayal," I said, my throat tight. "You two have been sneaking around while I bust my ass every day trying to—" I stopped myself. I didn't even know what I was trying to say. I felt like my chest had been ripped open. Alex laughed, a cruel, sharp sound that cut deeper than any knife. "Come on, man. Don't act so surprised. She's always wanted more than this place, more than you. Don't blame me for helping her see it." Emily's eyes filled with tears, but I didn't feel sympathy. I felt the weight of every broken promise, every quiet dream I had whispered to her, every plan I had shared. "Helping her see it? You mean helping her cheat on me?" Alex shrugged. "Call it what you want. I call it opportunity." Emily's voice shook, but she tried to be defiant. "You don't understand. You're always working, always dreaming, but I need more. I can't wait around for you forever." "You don't wait around. You leave," I said, my voice rising, anger fueling me. "You don't smile at him in my living room like I'm invisible. I thought you didn't mind." She faltered, and I felt the last thread of trust snap. "I don't mind?" I laughed bitterly. "I trusted you. I shared everything with you. And this is how you repay me?" Alex smirked. "Hey, don't look at me like I'm the villain. I didn't force her to—" "You encouraged it." I cut him off. "You both planned this behind my back, and you think I won't see through it? I should have known." "Best friends? Ha!" Emily's tears fell freely now, but I couldn't stop the tremor in my hands. "I worked late tonight to surprise you," I said, voice cracking. "I wanted to bring home that little dessert you like, just to make you smile. And this is what I get?" She flinched, but didn't apologize. "You wouldn't understand. You're always thinking small. We deserve more than this cramped apartment, more than this life." "More?" I shook my head, disbelief burning through me. "You call this more? Stealing? Lying? Destroying trust? That's your idea of more?" Alex leaned forward, his grin widening. "Look, man, she's just tired of waiting. She wants the life she deserves. I'm just helping her." I felt my fists clench, nails digging into my palms. Helping her? By lying to me? By laughing in my living room while I'm the one paying for everything? The one who thought we were a team? Emily's voice wavered. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry? I barked. Do you even hear yourself? Sorry doesn't fix betrayal. Sorry doesn't erase every late night I worked to make sure we had something to eat. Sorry doesn't undo the trust I gave you blindly. Alex laughed again, as if mocking me. You're really taking this hard, huh? Guess that means you cared. More than she did. And that's the problem, I yelled. I cared. I still do. And you're a coward hiding behind her. Emily wiped her tears angrily. I'm not a coward. I can't stay trapped in a life that's going nowhere. You don't understand ambition. You never did. Ambition? I scoffed. You call betrayal ambition? Sneaking around with my best friend ambition? I need more, okay? She shouted. I need more than you. More than this. Can't you just accept it? No, I can't accept being worthless in your eyes, while you flirt with someone else in my home. I felt something hardening inside me, a cold, sharp clarity. The hurt and shock were still there, but beneath it, a burning determination was forming. Alex leaned back, arms crossed, still smirking. Guess it's your choice how to deal with this. You can wallow, or you can figure out why she left. I stared at him, every word, every gesture now like fuel to a fire I didn't know I had. You don't get it, I said slowly, my voice low and dangerous. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Emily gasped. What do you mean? I shook my head, stepping toward the door, trying to calm the storm inside me. I mean that you underestimated me. Both of you. I trusted you, I loved you, and you destroyed that. But I won't stay broken. I won't stay powerless. You'll see. Alex laughed nervously now, sensing the shift. You think you can… I didn't even wait to hear the rest. I walked out, my hands shaking, heart pounding, mind racing. Every step away from that apartment, from them, was a step toward something I couldn't yet name but knew I needed. The betrayal stung, yes. The heartbreak was raw, yes. But in that pain, I felt the first spark of determination. I would rise. I would change. And one day, they would regret ever underestimating me. I closed the door behind me, leaving their laughter and lies behind, but carrying the fire inside me like a promise. The first few nights after I left Emily and Alex were the hardest. I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them together, heard their laughter echoing in my apartment. I paced my small bedroom, trying to make sense of it, trying to drown out the betrayal. You can't keep doing this to yourself, I muttered to the empty room one night, gripping my pillow so tightly my knuckles turned white. You can't stay broken. I poured myself a cup of coffee at 3 a.m, staring at the steam curling from the mug, thinking about everything I had lost. Maybe I wasn't enough, I whispered. Maybe I was just not enough for her. The next morning, I forced myself to go to work. I started at a small startup, nothing fancy, but it was a chance to rebuild. Samantha was there when I arrived, already at her desk, typing fast and looking unbothered by the chaos around us. You look like hell, she said without looking up. Rough night? I shrugged, trying to hide the raw edge in my voice. Something like that. She finally looked at me, sharp eyes scanning my face. You know, I don't buy that. You're smart. I can see it in the way you organize your files, the way you handle clients. Don't waste it feeling sorry for yourself. I hesitated, unsure if I wanted advice from anyone right now. But something in her tone, confident but not patronizing, made me listen. And what would you know about it? I asked, trying to sound indifferent. I know talent when I see it, she said. And I see potential in you. Stop letting past mistakes define you. Think bigger. Work smarter. Network. Opportunities don't wait. Her words hit me like a splash of cold water. Bigger, I muttered. I don't know where to start. Start by believing you can, Samantha said. Then start moving. Small steps, smart moves, and stop letting people like her control your mind. Her words lingered as I sat at my desk, staring at my screen, trying to focus on spreadsheets and proposals. But my mind kept drifting. Emily's face kept flashing in front of me, her smug smile, the way she had looked at Alex. I slammed my hand on the desk. No, I muttered. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not letting them define me. I started making plans, small at first. I called potential clients, pitched ideas I'd been too timid to present before. I researched markets late into the night, learning about business strategies I never thought I could understand. I felt the first stirrings of control returning. To my life, a feeling I hadn't realized I'd missed so desperately. Then my phone buzzed. Emily. I stared at her name, my thumb hovering over the screen. I could almost hear her voice through the text. I miss you. Please talk to me. I didn't mean it. I didn't respond. I refused. I tossed the phone onto the couch and told myself, not now. Not ever again. Not until I'm stronger than she ever imagined. Samantha noticed my resolve and smiled. Good, she said. Don't look back. Every time you do, you let them win. I nodded. It's hard. Seeing her everywhere on social media, living like nothing happened, flaunting her life like she won. She leaned against my desk, folding her arms. Good. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you why you can't stay small. You'll rise, and you'll do it on your own terms. That's how people respect you. For the first time in weeks, I felt a spark of determination. On my own terms, I repeated, feeling the words settle in my chest. They weren't just words. They were a promise. The days blurred into nights. I worked harder than I ever had, taking on projects no one else wanted, making contacts, building a network of people who respected diligence over charm. Samantha guided me, taught me to negotiate, to see opportunities where others saw obstacles. People, like Alex, she said one afternoon, they thrive on chaos, on your doubt. Don't give them the satisfaction. Build your empire while they watch, helpless. I gritted my teeth. They'll all see. And Emily? She asked. I shook my head. I won't let her see too soon. Not yet. But she'll realize what she lost. It wasn't just a thought, it was a plan forming in my mind. Every late-night strategy session, every email, every call, it was all building toward something bigger than heartbreak. It was building toward control, toward power, toward proof that I was more than what she had dismissed. Evenings became my own. I'd sit in my apartment, reviewing numbers, drafting proposals, and sometimes, reluctantly, checking social media. Emily's posts were still there, still showing her life in vivid color, expensive dinners, vacations, glamorous nights out. And yes, it hurt. But it also fueled me. Every smile she shared, every picture she posted, was a reminder of why I couldn't. Stay weak. You're not broken anymore, I whispered to myself one night, staring at my reflection in the dark window. You're just getting started. Let them see you rise. Let them regret. Let them burn in the reality they created for themselves. Samantha knocked on my door the next morning. You're doing good, she said, a faint smile on her face. Keep it up. Focus. Patience. Your time is coming. I nodded, feeling a fire I hadn't known existed. I won't fail again, I said. Not at life, not at love, not at anyone who ever doubted me. She laughed softly. Good. Now get to work. Dreams don't chase themselves. I settled into my desk, fingers flying across the keyboard, plans forming, numbers crunching, ideas turning into actions. The heartbreak was still there, lurking beneath the surface, but it was no longer paralyzing me. It had become a weapon, a driving force. Every email I sent, every meeting I attended, every late-night call, it was part of the bigger plan, the plan to rise, to rebuild, to become untouchable. And one day, Emily and Alex would realize that they had underestimated me, that their betrayal had only created a stronger, smarter, more determined version of me. I smiled grimly, sipping my coffee, feeling the beginnings of victory stirring in my chest. They thought they had won. They had no idea I was just getting started. The first time I walked into my new office, I didn't recognize the man staring back at me in the glass door. Confident, sharp, determined. That was me now. I shook off the memory of Emily's betrayal. It still lingered, but it fueled something, stronger than heartbreak. Ambition. Morning, Samantha said, already seated at her desk, reviewing contracts. You look different. Different how? I asked, brushing past her. You don't flinch anymore, she said. You walk in like you own the place. Maybe I do, I replied with a small smirk, even though inside I was still counting. Every move, calculating every step. Business came first. I worked late into the nights, negotiating deals, attending networking events, learning to read people, their weaknesses, their desires. Every no became a challenge. Every success a step further from the man Emily had thought she could control. Let's review the Carter proposal, one of my associates said. They're hesitant about the timeline. Then we adjust the timeline, I said firmly. They want results, we deliver. If they hesitate, we walk. Simple. Samantha leaned in. I like that. You sound decisive. I've had practice, I said, though it wasn't arrogance. It was focus. Every decision now carried weight. Every word mattered. Then came the first real taste of visible success. My team celebrated as I signed a major contract that would triple our revenue. We're just getting started, I told them, clinking glasses. This is the beginning. The following weeks blurred. I bought a sleek black sports car, upgraded my apartment into a luxurious penthouse, and moved through the city like I belonged in a world I'd once only dreamed of. And then, one night at a charity gala, I saw her. Emily. She was draped in a shimmering red gown, the same smug confidence she always wore, but now there was hesitation in her eyes. Her gaze met mine, and for a fraction of a second, I saw fear. Jason? She whispered, her voice trembling. Emily, I said, neutral, letting my presence speak louder than any words. Her lips parted as if she had something to say, but the words failed her. I studied her, calm and composed. The tables had turned. I no longer felt the ache of betrayal. I felt satisfaction, tempered with steel. Wow, she finally said. You've changed. I smirked, slow and deliberate. I had to. Learned a few things about hard work and trust. Emily's eyes darted to the people around me, my associates, colleagues who treated me with respect. I didn't know, she stammered. You didn't bother to ask, I said quietly, letting the sting settle in. You left before I could prove myself, before I could show you I was more than what you assumed. Her cheeks flushed. I made a mistake. Did you? I asked, voice calm, almost cold. Or did you just never see the man I was becoming? She faltered, searching for words. I didn't think... Exactly, I interrupted. You never thought. You assumed I'd stay small, that I'd stay broken, that I'd stay powerless while you thrived. Emily's hands trembled, slightly. I was wrong. And Alex? I said, voice rising slightly, sharp. Have you two... Her eyes widened, panic rising. No, It's not like that anymore. I smiled faintly. Good. I hope he realizes what he lost, too. Before she could respond, Alex appeared from behind a column, attempting his usual charm. Jason, hey, listen, Don't, I said, cutting him off. My gaze was sharp, unyielding. I'm not interested in excuses or apologies. I'm interested in reality. And the reality is, I'm not the same man you left. Alex shifted uncomfortably. Come on, man, we can talk. No, I said firmly. Talk is over. Actions speak louder than words, and my actions speak for themselves. Emily's eyes filled with tears, her confidence crumbling under the weight of my calm assertion. Jason, You? I shook my head slowly. You chose. You made your decisions, and now you get to live with them. I'm not here to rebuild what you destroyed. I'm here to build my life, on my terms. Samantha's voice cut through, the tension as she approached. Jason, don't waste time. Keep your focus. They're distractions. I nodded subtly, appreciating her guidance. You're right. Let them see me, but don't let them control me. Not ever again. Emily's voice cracked. I can't believe this. You're untouchable now. I tilted my head, letting the words linger. Untouchable? Maybe. But don't confuse that with happiness. I'm not here to make you feel guilty. I'm here to remind you. The man you left, he's risen, and he's not looking back. Alex's shoulders slumped. Look, I never meant... Never meant, I repeated. Do you know how empty that sounds after betrayal? Too late. Emily tried to reach for my hand, trembling. Jason, please, I stepped back, maintaining distance, voice soft but firm. Please what? Beg for my attention after destroying my trust? Not interested. I looked around the gala, noting the curious glances from others. People respected me now, not because of arrogance, but because of presence, success, and composure. I had learned to command attention without needing approval. Emily's sobs were quiet now, restrained, almost desperate. Alex's face was pale, stripped of confidence. I felt the sweet clarity of justice, quiet but undeniable. You'll remember. This night, I said quietly, more to myself than to them, this is the moment you realize you underestimated me. That I'm not broken, I'm not small, and I'm not yours to control. I turned, walking past them with measured steps, letting the energy of my associates and the grandeur of the event envelop me. Every glance, every whisper behind me confirmed the shift. I was in control, I was untouchable, and the lesson had been delivered. As I exited the gala, I felt a fire ignite within me, stronger than ever. The rise was complete, but the climb was just beginning. Emily and Alex had their regret. I had my power, and nothing, no betrayal, no loss, could take that away from me again. I was in the study reviewing the latest contracts when the doorbell rang. My first instinct was to ignore it, but something made me stand. Samantha had gone to check on a client meeting, leaving me alone. Who could that be? I muttered. Walking to the door, I opened it and my stomach sank for just a moment. Emily stood there dressed in a designer coat, her hair flawless, eyes wide and uncertain. Behind her, Alex shifted awkwardly, trying to mask discomfort with a forced smile. Jason, Emily said, voice low, almost pleading. I need to talk. I'm listening, I said calmly, stepping aside to let them in. My voice was steady, my mind sharper than it had ever been. Emily hesitated, looking around my mansion. Wow, this is, I smiled faintly. It's called progress, something I work for, something you should have learned to respect a long time ago. Alex coughed, trying to interject. Hey man, maybe we can… Stop, I said, holding up a hand. This isn't about excuses. I'm not here for apologies or manipulation. I'm here to show that I moved on and I moved up. Emily's lips trembled. Jason, you didn't what? I asked softly, pacing slowly in front of them. See me for who I could become? Trust me? Respect the person I was? Or maybe you just wanted the version of me that was weak, small, powerless? Her gaze dropped. I didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't mean to? I repeated, letting the words linger. You left. You laughed. You cheated. You abandoned everything I built with you in mind. And now you expect me to… I'm not expecting anything, she interrupted, voice cracking. I need you to know I regret it. Every day. I leaned against the marble counter, watching her squirm. Regret is not enough. You think tears or words will undo the choices you made? They can't. Actions define us, Emily. Your actions left me broken. Until I decided I wouldn't stay broken. Alex shifted, clearly uncomfortable. Jason, man, we didn't… What? I asked, staring at him. You didn't think I'd rise? You didn't think I'd prove myself? You didn't think I'd take control of my life and leave your petty games behind? Emily's voice wavered, almost a whisper. I thought you'd stay small. I didn't realize… You didn't realize that under every failure, every setback, there's potential waiting to rise, I said. That the man you underestimated would eventually be untouchable? I am untouchable now. Not because of revenge, but because I chose myself over your manipulation. Alex's face turned red. Look, Jason, I never wanted it to… You never wanted it to what? hurt me, betray me, destroy what I had. I cut him off, voice sharp, precise. Your intentions don't matter anymore. Actions do. And your actions left you powerless, humiliated, and irrelevant in my life. Emily sank into one of the chairs, head in her hands. I never thought I'd see you like this. I don't know what to do. Then don't do anything, I said, voice calm but cutting. Watch, listen. Learn what it means to destroy someone's trust and have nothing left but regret. Samantha returned quietly from her meeting, standing by the doorway, observing. She nodded at me subtly, her presence a reminder of loyalty and guidance. Emily's voice cracked as she looked up. I can't believe you're everything I ignored. I held up a hand to stop her. Don't speak. Your words are meaningless now. I've grown, I've learned, and I've taken control. That's the ultimate answer. No explanations, no manipulations, just the truth of what you lost. Alex's lips pressed into a thin line. Jason, come on, we can fix what? I asked, voice almost amused. You can't fix betrayal. You can't erase lies. You can't take back the choices that made me stronger than you ever imagined. The only thing left for you is acceptance, that you underestimated me. Emily's hands trembled, tears running freely now. I thought I wanted more, but I lost everything that mattered. And that's the lesson, I said softly. Ambition without integrity destroys. Selfishness blinds. You'll feel the weight of your choices every time you remember what you threw away. She lowered her head, sobbing quietly. Alex shuffled his feet, muttering apologies that didn't reach my ears. I felt no satisfaction in gloating. This wasn't revenge. It was clarity, a balance restored. Emily choked, trying to speak. I shook my head. No. I've said all that needs saying. My time isn't for convincing you or forgiving you. My time is for moving forward, stronger, smarter, better. And I am. Every single day. Samantha stepped forward, placing a hand briefly on my shoulder. You did what you needed. You chose yourself. That's the victory. I nodded, feeling it deep in my chest. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to fight. My life, my success, my calm. It speaks louder than any argument. That's my closure. Emily sobbed openly now, leaning back into the chair, helpless. Alex's shoulders slumped. The people who had once controlled my emotions now had none. I walked past them toward the balcony, looking out over the city. Lights twinkled, a reminder that life continued beyond the pain, beyond the betrayal. I rose, I whispered to myself. I survived. I transformed. And no one can take that away. Emily's voice, weak and desperate, reached me. Jason, please, I didn't turn. I didn't respond. Silence was the final answer. My presence, calm and untouchable, said everything she needed to know. The emotional weight of the past lingered, but it no longer defined me. I had learned to trust my strength, to value integrity over manipulation, and to embrace ambition without losing myself. The scars remained, but they reminded me that growth always comes from pain. I poured myself a drink, feeling the satisfaction of victory tempered by reflection. Justice had been served, not through rage or retaliation, but through self-transformation and resilience. Emily and Alex had their regrets. I had my life, rebuilt and unstoppable. And as I watched the city stretch below me, I realized the greatest revenge isn't cruelty. It's becoming everything the people who betrayed you thought you could never be.